Outside the Box Reviews, we are taking a look at some Kaiju blind box figures. And I can't really tell you anything else at the moment because I don't read Japanese. I picked these up from a vendor at Dragon Con. I thought they were cool looking. 4 of the 5 boxes here are marked as being from Iwakura Inc., or at least I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. The 3 boxes across the bottom look like they are dedicated to Toho monsters, Godzilla, and some of the other properties that Toho has put out. The top right box is all Gamera characters, and this one's actually from Konami, which is interesting. And the top left, another Iwakura one, is a total Kaiju grab bag, looking like it has characters both from the Gamera series, as well as some monsters that weren't put out by Daiei and Toho, including Gappa and Gilala. So we're going to take a quick look at each of these boxes before I rip them open and find out what we have inside. First off, we're going to take a look at this box. We can see there's a big variety of different characters on there. Flip around to the back. We have a quick list of the different characters that are available. So it looks like we have Manda, Baragon, Minya, Kumonga, Gamera, something from the Space Amoeba that I always forget the name of. We have a Serpent here, which I think might be from King Kong Escapes. Biolante's Rose form, one of the Destroy larval forms, Cretaceous King Ghidorah, Prehistoric Mothra, and the Atragon sub. So let's see which one I got. And first up, we get a little booklet in here that shows other things that I don't think are part of this set. But yeah, stuff's nice, except when I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what I'm looking at. And, oh, cool. This is probably one of the ones I would have wanted more than any of the others, actually, I think. So we got Manda from Atragon. Looks really nice. Nice blue paint. A lot of great detail on here. Some paint shading in the mix. Yellow eyes, little whiskers. Even the tongue's detailed out. Eyes are nicely done. His little feet wrapped around. You can see he's in a big swirling pattern here. And somewhere on him, here we go, we have a little peg hole. Because it comes with this rock display base, kind of an undersea rocky outcropping. And we could peg him right onto the base, so he looks like he's swirling around under the water. A really cool little piece. I really dig this. Now these are, I think, what they call high-grade figures or gashapon or something to that effect. It also comes with this piece, which looks like you could use to hang the figure up like a Christmas ornament, which could be awesome. Maybe I'll use these for a Kaiju Christmas tree or something. Alright, on to the next box. So this one's decked out in very 60s style Kaijus on the front. We'll flip it around and see what else is available in the set, and immediately we're testing my Kaiju knowledge. I don't remember what that guy is. I want to say it's like from the H-Man or something like that. It also looks like it comes with a hand coming out of a bucket, which I believe belongs to the Frankenstein monster. We've got Godzilla himself, we've got Ebirah, we have what looks like Kamacuras with Minya, and then we just have a Kamacuras 2-pack, we have Anguirus, we have Ghidorah, King Caesar, Dead Godzillasaurus, and it looks like a sub that I can't really identify. So let's see which one we got. And this time I'm not going to read any instructions that might be included because I kind of spoiled it last time. And, of course, it's the thing I don't really know what it is. So even if I open up the booklet, it doesn't really help. It does kind of show the 2 separate pictures, so I'm pretty sure these are 2 separate characters. I think I'm right about the hand. But he is pretty nicely detailed. A lot of work obviously went into this. He looks green on the package, and here he's brown. Don't think this has anything to do with the Gargantuas, but yeah, just interesting little character. He's sitting on the ground. The arms have pretty heavy seams in them, but they're not articulated or anything, so just a solid little statue piece. He also comes with a purse, which I assume has something to do with the movie that I can't remember. Then we get the giant severed hand, and I'm pretty sure this is the Frankenstein monster, which is really cool. I love Frankenstein Conquers the World. I think that movie is ridiculous in the best way possible. Then we have the bucket we have the hand coming out of, which is also really cool. And once again, we get the little hangy thread stuff. Take a look at this black box here. It says version 1.5 on the box itself. And taking a look at the back, this has a very unique assortment, which really has me intrigued. We have, I believe, a hatchling Rodan. We have the Meganula and the giant Condor, which is kind of cool. Another character, I think from Space Amoeba, and I just need to actually finish watching that movie so I know the names of the characters besides Ghidorah. We have this fire effect, which I want to say is the spaceship from Destroy All Monsters, but I'm not 100% sure. We have Gigan. We have Godzilla doing his famous dance. We have the controller from Planet X, or we could have 2 Exilians. We have, I think, one of the mushroom people from from Matango. Another little, I think this also has to do with that movie. This is actually the Serpent from King Kong, so the one that was on the other package I was wrong about. Gorosaurus doing the kangaroo kick. Moonlight SY3. I think that's a Mysterian right there. So once again, let's take a look at what we got. And yes, Gorosaurus. I love Gorosaurus, and I love that this has him doing his kangaroo kick. It's probably the one I would have wanted most out of the whole set. Really nicely detailed figure. Great color scheme on him. The tan underside here. The eyes are really well done. For being such a tiny figure, really nicely detailed out. Got the little spike at the end of his tail there. And then we get a very small display base with some trees and dirt. Clear pegs sticking out. Peg Gorosaurus in there and have him rearing up to kick King Kong or King Ghidorah. Really cool. I'm very happy about this guy. And just for the note of it, it came with a string, but did not come with a connector, and this wasn't in a bag. It was just loose in the box, which is kind of odd. And looking at the instructions real quick, though there isn't a peg on his feet, he can just stand on the base itself, so you don't have to have him kangaroo kicking. You just could stand there with his tail up, but definitely prefer reenacting that scene. That is way too cool. Moving on, we've got our box of random assorted kaiju. Flipping around to the back with the listing, we have the Gamera figure, we have Gappa, Gilala, we have, I think, Virus versus Gamera. We have the little claw that I remember from the Gamera 90s films, but I don't know what this little bull-looking thing is. Same with this next page. That might be related to that bull-looking creature and some weird rat thing. I'm not really sure what these are. Jiger, I think, is that one. Looks like another Gamera here. A Gamera skull, which would be really cool. The baby version of Iris, and a secret version of Jiger, however you pronounce that kaiju's name. So, let's get this one open. And we have crystal clear Gamera. Now the picture shows color there, so I wonder if you hold him up to the light or something, if he gets color to him. But the sculpt on here is really cool. It's kind of rare to see Gamera in this pose, the quadruped pose. So that's kind of neat. Got the tusks in there, shell. This is definitely the Showa era Gamera. Also a little gummier than some of the other ones we had. This is a little softer plastic that makes this thing up. So I'm trying to see it. I can't tell if there's supposed to be electronics inside. I just don't know what's going on with this thing. It seems like it should be something more than what it is based on the picture, but either way, it's cool. I just don't really know why Gamera is see-through. It also comes with a little card. This one's showing Iris on it. It looks like this would be a piece of a picture if you got all the cards, collected them all. And then there's a little bag here, and let's see what's in here. I think candy, maybe? I am not gonna risk it. Yeah, if I could read what it might be, I would maybe try it, but I just don't want to risk the fact that it's really just like some kind of weird silica gel or something that they use for these figures. So yeah, I gotta pass on this. Plus the only date I can find in the box is 1999, so more of a reason to skip it. And then last but not least, we have our dedicated Gamera box, and this one's the one from Konami. It's a different company, but looks like the same idea. Here all the versions available are shown on the side of the box instead of the back. So we have Gamera, Barugon, Gauss, Virus, Giron, Jiger, blanking on this stupid thing, and Space Gauss, I think. So these are all very stylized versions of Gamera characters, which I'm kind of excited about. I really hope I don't get Gamera. I hope I get one of the villains, and I'm actually really hoping for the Giron or the Barugon. So let's see what I got. We've got Gauss. This is definitely a bigger packaging. Looks like more stuff in here. So unlike the others, this is some assembly required. So we get our torso of Gauss. We get his legs. Those plug right in there. Then we drop the figure, and then we plug the wings in on the side. Doing it backwards. Plug the wings in on the side here. The correct side, preferably. The same on this end. We plug Gauss into his base. And Gauss is one of the ones I wanted least because it doesn't look nearly as cool as some of the other reimaginings. Granted, if you're basing it simply off of the Showa era films that all these monsters come from, it probably would be a cool redesign, but it really just looks a lot like the Heisei version of Gauss to me. But it is a little more vampire bat looking, kind of has that evil look to his face. The wings are really nicely done, very bat-like. I love that they sunk his torso in, gave him this kind of weird shape, kind of webbed out his legs a little bit, and he has that really weird Gauss tail there. Not as great paint on here. The other ones, the Iwakura ones, had had really nice paint to them, really good shading on them. This one is really just very, very brown. And we do have the display base, kind of a rocky, mossy outcropping here, which isn't too bad. So that's my blind box haul, and I think it's okay. I feel like I definitely got my money's worth out of these characters. And for being a random con find, they're pretty fun. I think if I found more of these at a convention, I might pick up some more just to see what I could get. But I'm not super, I gotta go complete the rest of these waves. Honestly, the one I'd be most interested in getting more of might be the Gamera villains, just because I'm a little less excited about Gauss than I would be for some of those other figures. The other figure offerings from the other sets were interesting, but nothing I really super needed. Actually, I take that back. I might need to track down that Gamera skull. That looked pretty cool. But I guess maybe besides that, I'll probably stick just to the Gamera villains if I do pick up more of these. But judging by the boxes they came in, there may be even more sets that I didn't see at this convention. So there may be plenty more out there I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on. So let me know in the comments below. Based on the offerings from these boxes, which ones would you prefer to get? And does one of these box sets seem like a better option to go down if you're going to collect more of them? Make sure you check me out on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also follow me on Facebook, link below. And until next time, this has been our Outside the Box Reviews. Stay tuned for more to come.